At the beginning of the first battery EVA, the crew will egress the airlock, bringing out their tool bags and a V-guide bag. They will then translate with the bags to the back of S0 to stow it for a future contingency EVA. This is just moving hardware to the outside of the station in order to make more room inside. Next, EV1 and McLean with the red stripes on her suit will head out to the worksite on P4. She will stop at the CETA cart to retrieve a foot restraint that she will use during the EVA. From there, McLean will continue to the P4 truss segment, where she will set up all the tools needed for the P4 worksite. While that's happening, EV2, Nick Hague, will translate to the CETA cart. He will move the CETA cart outboard in order to create a bridge between the P4 truss and the exposed pallet for the crew. After the bridge is created, Hague will translate to the EP, where he will be in charge of setting up the worksite. He will start by releasing high launch torques on all the bolts needed for this EVA. McLean will join Hague at the exposed pallet. They will each retrieve an adapter plate to place on their BRT. The crew will release the last bolt on the adapter plates and place an adapter plate on each BRT to translate down to the P4 worksite. Once the crew gets to the P4 worksite, EV1 will ingress the APFR. They will work together to install an adapter plate that EV2 is carrying into the empty slot. The spacewalkers will connect cable to complete the mating of this battery pair. Next, McLean and Hague will relocate an old battery from the worksite to the slot where they just placed the adapter plate. This will allow them to open up a new slot to install a new adapter plate. The crew installs the new adapter plate into the empty slot and connect cable to complete the circuit for the second battery pair. After relocating a foot restraint in order to reach the final slot, the crew will remove the last battery and install it onto the adapter plate they just installed. This opens up the third and final slot for this EVA. Once that slot is open, the astronauts will translate together to the exposed pallet to retrieve the third adapter plate and clean up the EP worksite. They will head back to the P4 worksite. McLean will ingress a foot restraint, and the crew will work together to do the final adapter plate install. Once bolted down, the crew will connect cable mating the third battery pair. At that time, they will then give the ground a go to regain the power channel. The crew will clean up the P4 worksite, head to the airlock, and ingress, completing the EVA.